Good morning everyone. Basa tayo natin KJB Bible Daily Reading Plan. Today is May 26, 2022. Day 206, Isaiah chapter 37 up to 39 and Psalm 76. Basa. Isaiah chapter 37. And it came to pass when King Hezekiah heard it, that he rent his clothes and covered himself with sackcloth, and went into the house of the Lord. And he sent Eliakim, who was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covered with sackcloth, unto Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos. And they said unto him, Thus saith Hezekiah, This day is a day of trouble, and of rebuke, and of blasphemy, for the children are come to the birth, and there is not strength to bring forth. It may be the Lord thy God will hear the words of Rabshakeh, who the king of Assyria, his master, had sent to reproach the living God, and will reprove the words which the Lord thy God hath heard. Wherefore lift up thy prayer for the remnant that is left. So the servants of King Hezekiah came to Isaiah, and Isaiah said unto them, Thus shall ye say unto your master, Thus saith the Lord, Be not afraid of the words that thou hast heard, wherewith the servants of the king of Assyria have blasphemed me. Verse 7. Behold, I will send a blast upon him, and he shall hear a rumor, and return to his own land, and I will cause him to fall by the sword in his own land. So Rabshakeh returned and found the king of Assyria wearing against Libnah, for he had heard that he was departed from Lachish. And he heard say concerning Ternakah, king of Ethiopia, He is come forth to make war with thee. And when he heard it, he sent messenger to Hezekiah, saying, Thus shall ye speak to Hezekiah, king of Judah, saying, Let not thy God, in whom thou trustest, deceive thee, saying, Jerusalem shall not be given into the hand of the king of Assyria. Behold, thou hast heard that what the kings of Assyria have done to all lands, by destroying them utterly, and shall to be delivered have the gods of the nations delivered them which my fathers have destroyed, as Gozan and Haran and Rezeph and the children of Eden, which were in Telasar, which is the king of Hamath, and the king of Arpad, and the king of the city of Sheparbim, Hena, and Iba. And Hezekiah received a letter from the hand of the messengers, and read it, and Hezekiah went up unto the house of the Lord, and spread it before the Lord. Verse 15. And Hezekiah prayed unto the Lord, saying, O Lord of hosts, God of Israel, that dwellest between the cherubims, thou art the God, even thou alone, of all the kingdoms of the earth. Thou hast made heaven and earth. Incline thine ear, O Lord, and hear, open thine eyes, O Lord, and see and hear all the words of Sennacherib, which hath sent to reproach the living God. Of a truth, Lord, the kings of Assyria have laid waste all the nations and their countries, and have cast the gods into the fire, for they were no gods, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone. Therefore they have destroyed them. Now therefore, O Lord our God, save us from his hand, and all the kingdoms of the earth may know that thou art the Lord, even thou only. Verse 21. Then Isaiah the son of Amos sent unto Hezekiah, saying, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, whereas thou hast prayed to me against Sennacherib, king of Assyria, this is the word which the Lord hath spoken concerning him. The virgin, the daughter of Zion, hath despised thee, and laughed thee to scorn. The daughter of Jerusalem hath shaken his head at thee. Whom hast thou reproached and blasphemed, and against whom hast thou exalted thy voice, and lifted up thine eyes on high? Even against the Holy One of Israel by thy servants hast thou reproached the Lord, and hast said, By the multitude of my chariots am I come up to the height of the mountains, to the sides of Lebanon, and I will cut down the tall cedars thereof, and the choice fir trees thereof, and I will enter into the height of his border, and the forest of This Carmel I have digged and drunk water, and with the sole of my feet have I dried up all the rivers of the besieged places. Verse 26, Hast thou not heard long ago how I have done it, and of ancient times that I have formed it? Now have I brought it to pass that thou shouldest be to lay waste defence cities into ruinous heaps. Verse 27 tayo guys ha. Wait lang. Inom muna tayo tubig. Ang init. Verse 27. Sabayan niyo ako guys. Therefore their inhabitants were of small power, they were dismayed and confounded. They were as the grass of the field, and as the green herb, as the grass on the housetops, and as corn blasted before it be grown up. But I know thy abode, and thy going out, and thy coming in, and thy rage against me, because thy rage against me, and thy tumult is come up in mine ears. Therefore will I put my hook in thy nose, and my bridle in thy lips, and I will turn thee back by the way by which thou camest. And it shall be a sign unto thee, ye shall eat this year, such as groweth of itself, and the second year that which springeth of the same, and in the third year sow ye, and reap, and plant vineyards, and eat the fruit thereof. And the remnant that is escaped of the house of Judah shall again take root downward, and bear fruit upward. For out of Jerusalem shall go forth a remnant, and these that escape out of Mount Zion, the soul of the Lord of hosts shall do this. Verse 33, Therefore thus saith the Lord concerning the king of Assyria, shall not come into this city, nor shoot an arrow, nor come before it with shields, nor cast a bank against it. By the way that he came, by the same shall he return, and shall not come into the city, saith the Lord. For I will defend the city to save it for mine own sake, and for my servant David's sake. Then the angel of the Lord went forth and smote it, and smote in the camp of the Assyrians 180 and 5,000, and when they arose early in the morning, behold, they were all dead corpses. So Sennacherib king of Assyria departed and went and returned and dwelt at Nineveh. And it came to pass, as he was worshipping in the house of Nisroch his god, that Adramelech and Sharezer his sons smote him with the sword, and they escaped into the land of Armenia. And Esarhaddon his son reigned in his stead. Esarhaddon. Isaiah chapter 38. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death. Basahin niyo ulit guys. Verse 1. Isaiah chapter 38. In those days was Hezekiah sick unto death. And Isaiah the prophet, the son of Amos, came unto him and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, set thine house in order, for thou shalt die and not live. Then Hezekiah turned his face toward the wall. Ito yung sinasabi ko lagi na ko pagdating sa prayer guys, seeking Hezekiah. Nakalagay sa verse 2. Then Hezekiah turned his face toward the wall. So kahit saan kayo dyan sa kwarto nyo, basta taim-tim yung pagdasal nyo guys. Katulad kay Hezekiah, humarap lang sa wall. Verse 2 ulit ha. Then Hezekiah turned his face toward the wall and prayed unto the Lord. and said, Remember now, O Lord, I beseech thee, how I have hoped before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. Then came the word of the Lord to Isaiah, saying, Go and say to Hezekiah, Thus saith the Lord, the God of David thy father, I have heard thy prayer. I have seen thy thirst. Behold, I will add unto thy days 15 years. Ang laki pa ng nadagdag na taon sa kanya. 15 years. Verse 6 tayo, guys. And I will deliver thee and the city out of the hand of the king of Assyria, and I will defend the city. And it shall be a sign unto thee from the Lord, that the Lord will do this thing that he had spoken. Behold, I will bring again the shadow of the degrees which is gone down in the sundial of Ahaz, 10 degrees backward. So the sun returned 10 degrees, by which degrees it was gone down. The writing of Hezekiah, king of Judah, when he had been sick and was recovered to his sickness, I said, In the cutting off of my days, I shall go to the... Wait lang, guys, I shall go to the gates of the grave. I am deprived of the residue of my years. Verse 11, I said, I shall not see the Lord, even the Lord, in the land of the living. I shall behold man no more with the inhabitants of the world. Mine age is departed and is removed from me as a shepherd's tent. I have cut off like a weaver. My life he will cut me off with paining sickness from day even to night. Will thou make an end of me. Verse 13, I reckon till morning that a lion, so will he break all my bones from day even tonight wilt thou make an end of me. Like a crane or a swallow, so did I chatter. I did mourn as mine eyes full with looking upward. O Lord, I am oppressed, undertake for me. What shall I say? He hath both spoken unto me, and himself hath done it. I shall go so softly all my years in the bitterness of my soul. O Lord, by these men live, and in all these things is the life of my spirit, so wilt thou recover me and make me to live. Behold, for peace I had great bitterness, but thou hast in love to my soul delivered it from the pit of corruption. For thou hast cast all my sins behind thy back. For the grave cannot praise thee, death cannot celebrate thee. They that go down into the pit cannot hope for thy truth. The living, he shall praise thee, as I do this day. The father of the children shall make known the truth. The Lord was ready to save me, therefore we will sing my songs to the string instruments all the days of our life in the house of the Lord. For Isaiah had said, Let them take a lump of figs and lay it for a plaster upon the ball, and he shall recover. Hezekiah also had said, ito guys, pwede nyong ilagay sa soup nyo, makakagaling na siya. Yung nakalagay, For Isaiah had said, Let them take a lump of figs and lay it for a plaster upon the ball, and he shall recover. So, uminom lang kayo niyan. Soup na yan. Hezekiah also had said, What is the sign that I shall go up to the house of the Lord? So, yan. Isaiah chapter hanggang 38 lang. Wait lang, ha. Hanggang 39 pala. Isaiah chapter 39. At the time, Merodach Baladan, the son of Baladan, king of Babylon, sent letters at the presence of Hezekiah, for he had heard that he had been sick and was recovered. And Hezekiah was glad of them, and showed them the house of his precious things, the silver and the gold, and the spices, and the precious ointment, and all the house of his armor, and all that was found in his treasures. There was nothing in his house nor in all his dominion that Hezekiah showed him not. Then came Isaiah the prophet unto King Hezekiah, and said unto him, What did this mean, and from whence came they unto thee? And Hezekiah said, They are come from a far country unto me, even from Babylon. Then said he, What have they seen in thine house? And Hezekiah answered, All that is mine house have they seen. There is nothing among my treasures that I have not showed them. Then said Isaiah to Hezekiah, Hear the word of the Lord of hosts. Behold, the days come that all that is in thine house, and that which thy fathers have laid up in store until this day shall be carried to Babylon, nothing shall be left, saith the Lord. And of thy sons, kaya huwag niyo ipapakita yung kayamanan niyo, guys. Ay, kinukuha ng ano. Okay, behold, the days come that all that is in thine house, and that which thy fathers have laid up in store until this day shall be carried to Babylon, nothing shall be left, saith the Lord. And of thy sons they shall issue from thee, which thou shalt beget, shall they take away, and they shall be eunuchs in the palace of the king of Babylon. Bilis na. Then said Hezekiah to Isaiah, Good is the word of the Lord which thou hast spoken. He said, Moreover, for there shall be peace and drought in my days. So, puntan tayo sa isa pa, Psalms chapter 76. To the chief musician and Onigenos, a psalm of ulit guys. Psalms chapter 76. To the chief musician Onigenos, a psalm or song of Asaph. Verse 1. And Judah is God known, his name is great in Israel. In Salem, also in his tabernacle, and his dwelling place in Zion. There break he the arrows of the bow, the shield, and the sword, and the battle Selah. Thou art more glorious and excellent than the mountains of prey. The stout-hearted are spoiled, they have slipped their sleep, and none of the men of might have found their hands. And they revoke, O God of Jacob, both the chariot and the horse are cast into a dead sleep. Thou even thou art to be feared, and who may stand in thy sight when once thou art angry? Thou didst cause judgment to be heard from heaven, the earth feared and was still. When God arose to judgment to save all the meek of the earth, Selah, surely the wrath of man shall praise thee, the remainder of wrath shall thou strain. Vow, verse 11 guys, vow and pray, vow, okay, ulit verse 11. Vow and pay unto the Lord your God, let all that be round about him bring presents unto him that ought to be feared. Verse 12, he shall cut off the spirit of prince, he is terrible to the kings of the earth. Ulitin nyo, he shall cut off the spirit of prince, he is terrible to the kings of the earth. That's it, bye everyone, God bless.